Florida officers prompt residers to prepare for Tropical Storm Ian, cast to be a major hurricane before it reaches Cuba. Floridians are bracing for Tropical Storm Ian, which is anticipated to fleetly consolidate and become a hurricane Sunday before hitting western Cuba, bringing with it the pitfalls of strong winds and storm swell as high as 9 to 14 bases, according to the National Hurricane Center. Ian's exact path beyond Tuesday remains unclear. The storm, which developed Friday in the central Caribbean Sea, is anticipated to reach the U.S. laterally this week, but with models showing a wide spread of possible scripts, it's too early to know where the storm will hit, when and how strong it'll be. Meteorologists prognosticate the storm will peak at Order 4 strength over the eastern Gulf of Mexico in 3 days, but Ian is also anticipated to weaken before reaching Florida. Still, Florida officers are prompting residers to be prepared for the worst, and the Hurricane Center advised Sunday morning of a threat of dangerous storm swell, hurricane-force winds, and heavy downfall along the west seacoast of Florida and the Florida Panhandle by the middle of the week, anyhow of the storm's exact track and strength. We are going to keep covering the track of this storm, but it's really important to stress the degree of query that still exists, Governor Ron DeSantis said in a news conference Sunday, advising residers that indeed if the storm weakens before landfall, it would still have significant impacts. Floridians can anticipate heavy rains, strong winds, flash flooding, storm swell and indeed insulated tornadoes, the governor said. But the director of Florida's Division of Emergency Management was particularly concentrated on the storm swell trouble, warning that whatever swell develops while Ian is a major hurricane could persist as it nears land, indeed if the storm weakens. We could see a situation where we've Cat 4 storm swell and potentially a Cat 1 or 2 hurricane landfall, Director Kevin Guthrie said. And Bink, Associate Director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Office of Response and Recovery, kept the communication simple: prepare now. Florida residers should know their evacuation routes and have preparedness accoutrements that can last them at least 3 days. Effects like food, water, battery dishes for your phone. Indeed, effects like your insurance documents, take filmland of them so you have them with you, Bink said. We anticipate rapid-fire intensification with this storm, Bink said. My communication is please take this seriously, and please hear to your original officers. In the meantime, Ian is anticipated to be a major hurricane, one that's Category 3 or advanced by the time it passes near or over western Cuba, the Hurricane Center said Sunday morning, and foretellers are getting more confident residers there will face life-hanging storm swell and hurricane-force winds.